Hey guys, I'm Rick, and this is Let's Level Up. Today, thanks to our connections at 2d6.org, we are able to hit another milestone for our channel. This is a pretty big one for us. It's going to be our first ever preview video. Now, if you don't know the difference between a preview and a review, in this video we're just going to show you how the game works. I'm not really going to give you any opinion on it other than I like it. It's good. I'm not going to give you a 10 score or anything like that or say you need to buy it. This is a first project for a brand new game company by Waning Gibbous Games. And they are founded by William Smith. And the game in question here is going to be Larceny. Now, Larceny is a party game, and it plays kind of like Apples to Apples, but there's a lot more variant rules here tucked away in this box. The whole part of the game is that we're a crew of international criminals, and we're after the score of a lifetime, whether it's stealing candy from a baby, literally stealing candy from a baby, or stealing the Eiffel Tower itself. Nothing is off limits in this game. It provides a whole lot of just silly fun. If you're a fan of Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity, I think this game is going to really surprise you and you're going to want to put it on your shelf. The Kickstarter project for Larceny starts August 28th. So you're definitely going to want to check it out and help support guys that are really passionate about this project. William and the folks at Waning Gibbous Games have been an absolute pleasure to work with. They've talked to me, little me, several times, and I've been able and open and willing to answer any questions I had for them. I can't say enough good things about these guys. I really hope this project is a success. So take a look with us, check out Larceny, and let us know what you think. As always, if you liked the video, please drop us a like and a comment in the comment box, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks so much, and game on. So this is Larceny. This is what you get when you open the box. There are 3 primary decks. The yellow deck, which represents the score, the green deck, which represents the catch, and finally the blue deck, which represents the fix. The blue deck is what players will use in order to overcome the obstacles that occur within the catch. The catch are a series of events that occur that are unexpected to the original heist, making it harder for us to obtain the score. 2 of those will be drawn after the score is revealed. Finally, the score is what we're after. We're a crew of mastermind criminals, and there's nothing, I repeat, nothing that's going to stop our brilliant mastermind organization from grabbing that score. Let's go a little bit deeper into what the scorecards look like and kind of some of the zaniness you can expect from Larceny. Let's take a look at the score a little bit closer. Remember that these cards are just prototypes and not representative of the final product. I've talked to William, and he said the final product will more closely resemble the card stock that Uno cards have. They may, if the Kickstarter is successful, may try to upgrade the card stock to be something a little bit better. I personally think Uno is fine. Those cards seem to last forever and have a good balance to them. So you can see these cards, the artwork is pretty simple, and the backs I really kind of like, are very simple as well. So at the beginning of every round, we'll take one of the scorecards and we'll reveal it to the table. For instance, this is H.P. Lovecraft's Tombstone. Who'd want to steal such a thing? And again, who wouldn't? This is perfect for us here at Let's Level Up because I am a Cthulhu freak lately, and I just can't get enough of that, and Cyberpunk, actually. I need help. Anyway, once the score is revealed, catches will come into play. But just to show you a few examples of some of the wit that Mr. Smith has when he's writing some of these things. Give him Linus, candy from a baby. Sometimes I really wonder about the chief. A herd of cattle, dinosaur DNA, self-incrimination, the red diamond, kittens, World's Fair astronaut Pez dispenser. Some of these have actually pretty interesting little factoids on them about how much that item could be worth potentially. Again, there's not a whole lot of score here in this game, but there are a ton of fixed cards and a ton of cash cards. And this game is able to be made at such a low cost, if you look at their Kickstarter page, that it's not too out of the question here to expect more scores, more catches, more fixes down the road. That's the score. So it seems like in every crime noir movie I've ever seen, the heist is always the perfect plan. But there's generally a catch that happens, and it's up to us as mastermind criminals to overcome that catch. Let's take a look at the green deck and see what sort of catches we can expect on our perfect heists. Armed guards. In transit, the store is being moved. You have to hit it while it's in motion. SWAT team on standby. Yikes. A wall safe. Oh, and guard towers. So again, these different items represent complications in an otherwise perfect plan. These can be quite a few variety of things. Oh, look at that, zombies. So there's quite a lot of variety in here, and it's fun. Again, Larceny is one of those games you play with friends at a social gathering. It really is a party game, and it feels like that. These catches are going to keep you talking, and they're gonna have you kind of reminiscing. At least that's how our play group went. We were talking about the catches before that and what we could have done differently in order to get these things. It's a game that really sets itself out in, I think, in a pretty crowded genre of party games. I think Larceny is great. Again, this isn't going to be a review. We're just going to kind of go through components and talk about some of the different play styles. But I think it's definitely something you guys should check out. Look at their Kickstarter page and let us know what you think. Alright, the last and final deck is going to be the Fix. Now, the Fix represents a way for us to outsmart whatever the catch is. Now, depending on the game mode that you're playing, the Fix can either hurt or really harm the group, and that's what I really think makes Larceny stand out. Again, you never know what you're going to get. It promotes creative thinking and storytelling, which I think not enough games do, frankly. So let's take a closer look at the Fix and see what kind of things you'll be able to use to overcome some of these catches. The Fix. Again, we're going to have a hand of 7 of these cards that are going to be dealt to us at the beginning of the game. And these are the tools that we're going to use in order to get past some of the different obstacles that overcome us, or that attempt to overcome us in the heist. First and foremost, Fancy Yacht. Makes for a great bribe, perfect prop, a cover story, or just use it for a truly memorable getaway. A Patsy. An unwitting accomplice or someone to take the blame. A fire hose doubles as a rope. It can deliver water more or less where you need it. Glass cutter. Makeup compact. So let's talk about a couple of these specifically. The other day when we were playing, our score was the fabled Pegasus. The catch is that our score was on fire. So we had a couple different things here, and we were playing best laid plans, and somebody had the fire hose. Naturally, we kind of went towards that. We used the fire hose to overcome the obstacle of it being on fire, being able to put the fire out, and then finally, I forget what the other objective or the other catch was. I think it was armed guards or something like that, and he was able to overcome that as well. It was a way for us to, again, really creatively promote critical thinking skills and problem solving, and to get by situations. You only have 7 of these fixed cards, and you never know which catch is going to come up. Which 2 catches are going to come up. So you really have to either be able to spin a good story, or hope that you have it in with the crew chief and they owe you a favor. Now finally, let's talk about how a typical game of Larceny is going to work, and then let's discuss some of the other multiplayer variants. First and foremost, somebody at the table is going to be designated the crew chief for the round. This is going to be changing every round. This is kind of like the scorekeeper, or decide which fix beats which catch. After you've appointed the first crew chief, you're going to hand out 7 fix cards to every player. Let's do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's take a look at what we got. Okay, let me do a quick focus here. Okay, we have Speak in Fake Accent, Road Flare, Precise GPS Coordinates, RC Car, Knockout Drops, Loaded Dice, and a dupe. So that's our hand. Now the crew chief's job is going to take the score and reveal it to the players. So this is what we're after. The Babe Ruth home run bat. It says there are several of these out there and they rarely sell for less than $1 million. The only thing is that there's always a catch, and in this case there'll be 2 of them in the basic game. The first is numerous forgeries, and it kind of actually fits. There's so many copies of the score around, it's hard to tell the real thing from the fake ones. And it's by invitation only. Access to the site is only for the invited individuals. Ask the chief for details. An invitation could be a ticket, a security card, an ID badge, or even an actual invitation to the event. Now this is something, again, it's creative. There's never a wrong way to play this game, which again really makes it shine if you have the right group. So how a typical game would work is that the players would beforehand have a set number of points that they're going to play to. Or you just play until you're tired of it. That simple. We played, the score was 2 points, and each catch was 1 point. Now you only get the score if your fix is chosen for both catches. Otherwise, all players would play the appropriate fix in each pile. You would shuffle all of those up at the end of the round. The crew chief would lay them out and then pick their favorite one. If your fix was picked, you take that catch card and score it as a point. If your fix wasn't picked, sorry, there's another catch right around the corner, so maybe you get lucky on that one. Another thing here, again, if you happen to get both the catches, you get the score as well, giving you a net total of 4 points for that round. So let's take a look at this. Remember our cards. We had Speak in an Accent, Road Flare, Precise GPS Coordinates, an RC Car, Knockout Drops, and Loaded Dice. And a dupe. So I am going to play. It doesn't quite fit, but hopefully I could use some of my creative persuasion in order to bypass this. But I'm going to go ahead and play Precise GPS Coordinates on the numerous forgeries, letting us know exactly where the real one is. And in order to get past the invitation-only thing, we're going to speak in a fake accent, hopefully confusing the people at the table, making us think that we're of a higher status than we obviously are, and able to gain access to this event. That's how you play. Everybody is going to do the same sort of logic, put it in a pile. The crew chief is going to shuffle those up and then reveal their favorites. And then you score. That's a typical game of Larceny. You keep going around until you reach your certain score limit or until you get tired again. Let's talk about some of the other methods here. We talked previously about 2 of our favorites at the table. We'll get into those a little bit more now. Best laid plans. Best laid plans really, really promotes what makes this game great. It's creative thinking, it's talking around the table, it's really kind of fellowship with your friends. So in the same example we had before, the Babe Ruth home run bat, and numerous forgeries and invitation only, in best laid plans, rather than playing a separate catch for each, a separate fix for each catch, you'll actually use 2 to 5 cards and tell a story yourself of how you're going to get pie by both catches. So in our estimate again, here's what we're going to do. Again, I play either 2 or 5 cards. And kind of the same thing I did before, it almost still apply, almost. First and foremost, to get past our numerous forgeries, we're going to have our precise GPS coordinates, not only to let us know where the event is, but also to let us know where at in the event the actual bat is. We're going to speak in a fake accent in order to get gain access to that event. Once we're in there, we're going to have a duplicate bat that we will replace the original with, and we will use an RC car to get the original out undetected from anybody else. There's our plan. May not be the best, but hopefully it's the best at the table. Every other player on the table will do this again, 2 to 5 cards, and then we all reveal one at a time and tell the story of why our plan is the best plan at the table. Whoever the crew thinks has the best plan wins the round. Keep going, again, until you get tired, until you reach whatever point limit that you have. Again, in best laid plans, it's up to my plan to defeat all the catches on the table. Now, the same is true for worst laid plan, except for in worst laid plan, you try to be as silly as possible and have the most roundabout way to do things. To have, 1, a feasible plan that can actually get the object, and 2, it's got to be the worst one at the whole table. So those are a couple things to consider. Worst laid plan is a lot of fun. Again, I think this game is going to be fun for the entire family. Again, this isn't an official review. We are not being paid for this by any way. It's just how I felt and how the people at the table felt that we played with. I had a lot of guys said that they would go ahead and pay money for this game, and I had a lot of guys that played this with us that said they would even back this Kickstarter project. So again, I hope you take the time to consider what Waning Gibbous is bringing to the table. This project seems very dear to them, and again, that kind of passion is something that I gravitate toward and something that I really look forward to. This is Larceny, and I hope you guys like it, and I hope you like this video. If you did, please drop us a like at the YouTube box. Also comment us there. Please follow all our friends at 2d6.org. Follow Waning Gibbous Games at their appropriate Facebook and Twitter. Also follow their Kickstarter project, obviously, when it launches. And follow us. It's going to be Twitter at Let's Level Up and Facebook at Let's Level Up DOTNET, same as our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys liked it, and game on.